Hey guys, Smitty here with Just Piddlin Barbecue. The thumbnail, unlike other YouTube videos, this thumbnail is not clickbait. It means exactly what it says. So let's get into the video. I'm not going to waste your time with intro videos and all that stuff. Let's get straight into it. This may be a long video, and I apologize for that, but I ask that you just stick with me a little bit because I want to explain my position on this topic, and there's going to be something there at the end where some of you may learn something, whether you're a Traeger fan or not. Either way, it may just give you something to think about. So I ask that you just stick with the video until the end, and then just kind of let it give you something to think about at least. So I appreciate that. So let's get into it. Am I eliminating Traeger from the channel? Yes. And by that I mean from this point forward there's not going to be any more videos featuring or promoting Traeger grills. That's what I mean by that. Now, why am I making this decision? And I don't have anything scripted out or anything, so I may ramble on a little bit. I thought about doing that, but I didn't want to be looking down at notes and all that, and so this may be a little bit scatterbrained, but stick with me there. So why am I making this decision? Well, first of all, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. My brother's a Marine Corps veteran. My son, one of our sons, is an active duty Marine stationed in Japan. My dad was a Vietnam veteran, got the Purple Heart. My granddaddy was a Navy veteran. He was on the USS Wasp, actually picked up Gemini astronauts from the ocean in the Gemini capsule. So we've got a long line of military folks. And needless to say, I'm a proud American. I love this country, and this is the greatest country on the planet. Regardless of what kind of shortcomings that this country has, it's still the greatest country on the planet, bar none, and I truly believe that. So you might be asking yourself, well, why'd you start using Traegers in the first place? Well, that's a good question, and it probably goes back to the same reasons why some of you justify using Traegers as well. So let me first say why I'm not making this video. I think that's important. I'm not making this video to bash Traeger, number one. This is not a Traeger bashing video, so I'm not about to do that. I am going to be truthful, however, but that doesn't mean that I'm bashing Traeger grills. As a side note, this has nothing to do with the grills themselves, okay? I think the grills themselves are great. I have cooked thousands of meals for my family on these grills. They have never let me down on a cook, okay? So let's get that out of the way. It's not the grills themselves. Now, with that being said, do I think they are the best made grill on the market? No. I think all of you know that they are not the best made grill on the market. I think we can all agree with that. Grab the lid, for God's sakes. Okay? But they are not the best made product, but they have done everything that I've wanted them to do over the years. Okay? So it has nothing to do with the grills themselves. All right, but just like some of you, when I got into it, Traegers are made in China, but like some of you, I justified it as, everything is made in China today. Come on. Just last night, I was on Facebook looking at a Traeger owners group, and a guy asked the question. I assume everybody knows by now that Traegers are made in China, but the guy asked in one of the Traeger owner groups, are all Traegers made in China now? And there was a bunch of comments down below. Some of them actually kind of ticked me off a little bit, which was Americans saying, yeah, so what? And I'm going to get into the so what here in a little bit, but so yeah, Traegers are made in China and Vietnam actually, and they were also planning on building a plant in Mexico, but I think that got put on the back burner when all of the layoffs took place. Not sure on that, but I think that was at least the plan. to make a plant in Mexico as well. So China, Vietnam, maybe Mexico. So yeah, they are. But some of the justifications were the same ones that I made when I first started putting them on my channel, which is, I mean, if you want a pellet grill that you can afford, it's got to be made in China. You know, you're not going to find an American-made grill that's affordable. I mean, you're just not. Well, I'm going to show you later in the video that that is not true at all. I've got numbers to back it up, so stay tuned for that part. I think you're really going to find that part interesting. I've done a lot of research in thinking about this. This has been months in the making. I've been thinking about this. And it really started because of two things. Number one, the layoffs that Traeger did. The biggest thing for me is that they're made in China, okay? But the thought process started when the layoffs happened. And I understand if there's a huge company that layoffs are going to happen. It's just part of business at some point. So that didn't bother me as bad as how they handled them, you know, how they treated their employees that were getting laid off, that kind of thing. That really kind of ticked me off when I saw some of the ways that they did this. You know, you don't, if I own a business and I've got you, I've sent you on a training or a demo cook in another state, and you're in the middle of that demo in another state, and I figure that I've got to lay you off, common courtesy, I'm going to allow you to come back and then sit down with you face to face. Hey, I appreciate everything you've done, but we're going to have to lay you off. You know, that's the way I would have done it. Not these guys. They call you up while you're a couple states over. Hey, buddy, just wanted to give you a call. We got to lay you off. Go ahead and finish that event. Do a good job. Come on back, and then we'll give you your paperwork. I mean, what kind of crap is that? You don't do that kind of stuff, you know. And there was example after example of that, and you just don't treat good people that way. So that kind of ticked me off and kind of got me thinking, what kind of company is this really? You know, who is my brand representing? You know, what kind of product is my brand putting out there for my viewers to go purchase? That's the question that I asked. It's not always about the product itself, it's the company behind the product. So that kind of got me thinking. And then on top of that, you know, my son is stationed in Japan right now. He's an active duty Marine. And lots of times he may be on a ship traveling around in the South China Sea out there. Well, he would send me a message every now and then saying, you know, while we were out there, we had ships shadowing every move that we made, and they were Chinese ships. It's only a matter of time before China invades Taiwan, and whether you're into politics or not, or what's going on in the world, you might be thinking to yourself, what does that have to do with me? It's going to affect you. It's going to affect the United States when that happens, and it's only a matter of time before that happens. Also, you know, in the news, the way the Chinese Communist Party is treating their own people at this point. The way other companies, American companies, are helping the Chinese government, including this company right here, who is helping the Chinese party limit the amount of communications that protesters have in their country. This company is evil, by the way, and yes, I own it, but these people are evil. I don't promote them on my channel, and they're evil. So, long story short, at some point, everybody has a limitation about their principles that they hold near and dear to them and to their character, and I've reached my threshold. I'm done. I needed to reevaluate what I'm representing on my channel, and so I have made a decision to eliminate anything on my channel as much as possible that's made in China, and that's what I'm going to do. For example, you know, I've been an ambassador for Flag and Anthem apparel. I love their clothes. They fit well, they feel good, but you would think Flag and Anthem, just the name, they must be made in the United States. No, they're made in China. So I will not be wearing their clothes on my channel anymore or doing anything else with them. So I'm going to try to do the best that I can to eliminate any products made in China to be featured on my channel. I've done a lot of that stuff in the past, and from this day forward, that's going to stop. I actually kind of have beaten myself up a little bit here lately about even allowing that to happen. But I think we all fall into the trap of, well, I mean, what are you going to do? Everything's made in China now. That's actually not true. It's easy to say that, to justify it for yourself, but it's not true. Now keep in mind, this video is not to bash you or anybody else that chooses to make that argument or stick with China-made products, whatever the case may be. I'm not judging you on that. Everybody has to make that decision for themselves. I'm just giving you food for thought and letting you know my perspective on it, okay? Not bashing you or saying anything bad about you. I'm sure I'll probably lose subscribers over this, and if it's because of this in particular, all right, I'm okay with it. It's all right. I'll probably gain some subscribers because I'm doing American-made stuff, and that will be a positive as well. Even if you own a Traeger, you can still stick with me, and I'm still going to show you great recipes and have good conversation. So that's up for you to decide. So let's get to the justification of the prices, okay? You know, to be able to afford a grill, it's going to have to be made in China because American-made stuff is just going to be too expensive. That is not true. I think it used to be the case, but it's really not the case anymore, and I wanted to see if it was true. So I kind of started looking, and I found a couple of articles about Traeger specifically. And this first article is talking about them. This is from Moonlight Reviews. And basically they're talking about how Traegers are made in China, and they say, while we'd love to say that Traeger still sells an American-made pellet grill, we are grateful that their current manufacturing approach, which means they're grateful that they're made in China, helps this American company to be successful. And quite honestly, we're also grateful for the more reasonable purchase price over American-made products. Okay, now we're going to talk about the purchase price over American-made products. Another article was by QualityGrillParts.com, and they say the current owners of Traeger, decided this move, which was to send manufacturing over to China, would help the company meet consumer demands while keeping prices affordable and competitive. Okay, keeping the prices affordable and competitive. So, because Traeger's grills are now manufactured in China, does that make them affordable and competitive? The research that I have done says no, not even close, to be honest with you. And I'm going to show you some numbers right here that justify that. Now let me preface that by saying this. The examples that I'm going to give are not the examples of the grill that you're going to go to Costco and buy. Okay? That's a whole nother topic. I don't even know if I want to get onto it. Basically, yeah, if you want to do this, if you want to go to Costco and buy a Traeger, bring it home, use it for a year, year and a half, until it goes on the blink, and then, yeah, well, I can take it back to Costco and they're going to give me another one. Well, then go ahead, buddy, do that. Just so you know, Traeger's making zero on all of that. And somebody at the end of the day is going to have to pick that up. What do you think happens to that grill that you take back to Costco? Okay? So somebody's eating that cost, and it's going to be the consumer at the end of the day. But that's a whole nother topic. So these are the brands of Traegers that you can find on their website. Alright? So let's look at it. And I was trying to figure out how how can I figure out the worth of a Traeger made in China versus the worth of an American-made pellet grill made in the United States? So I just came up with, I thought, well, meat, for example, they measure that by the pound. Well, when you purchase a grill, how much steel are you really getting in that grill? Okay, think about it. How much steel is in a Traeger grill? Okay, so I compared the new grills that Traeger just come out with. I mean, tell me they're affordable. Somebody please tell me they're affordable. For almost $4,000. Okay, a new Timberline XL, for example, is $3,800. That's a base price. Made in China. $3,800. Okay? You know how much that grill weighs? 289 pounds. Okay? An American-made pellet grill, made in Texas. Okay? Same square inches, virtually the same. Traeger Timberline XL, 1,320 square inches. This pellet grill made in Texas, 1,278 square inches. So you're talking about 40 square inches difference. The one made in Texas is $2,800, so it's $1,000 less, made in America, and the thing weighs 445 pounds. So 289 pounds versus 445 pounds, okay? If you consider how much it weighs, which is how much steel is in that grill, compared to the price, the Traeger Timberline XL, the new one, is basically $13 a pound versus the American-made version that weighs 445 pounds is $6 a pound. That's the amount of steel that's in those grills. One's made in China, stamped out in a machine. The other one is made in the United States by American workers welding these pieces together, not stamped out. Okay? 289 pounds versus 445 pounds of steel. Alright? But let's say, and here's a spoiler alert, no, that's not a scientific method. Okay? But let's do it another route. Let's do it by square inches. Traeger Timberline XL, 1,320 square inches of cooking space. Keep in mind that's 3 grill grates. Okay? 1,320 square inches with that price is $2.88 a square inch. $2.88 a square inch. With the American-made grill, 1,278 square inches, but only 2 racks. Okay? $2.20 a square inch. Made in America versus made in China. So where is the best value? I mean, tell me. It's supposed to be made in China because it's supposed to be more economical to the consumer. Really? No, it's not. So I know what some of you are going to say now. That Traeger XL, it's got that induction burner on the end. It's got that induction burner on the end. That takes it to another level. Okay, well, the most expensive induction burner that I could find on Amazon, y'all look yourselves, tell me if I'm wrong, put it in the description box in the comments. The most single burner, most expensive I could find on Amazon, 165 bucks. I could find them as little as $57. So you tell me if that added $1,000 more value to that grill that weighs 289 pounds. Imagine if it didn't have the induction burner, what it would weigh. All right? But I mean, that's the Timberline XL. Who can afford that? Not many people. So I compared it to the Ironwood 885. I had one. Okay, Ironwood 885. It was on, it's regular $1,600. Now it's on sale for $1,400 bucks. So I even gave Traeger the benefit of the doubt and used the sale price of $1,400. 885 square inches. The big pellet grill from Texas, 1,278 square inches, $2,800. So twice as much, or double, the Ironwood 885. Square inches, for, the Ironwood 885 weighs 175 pounds. 270 pounds less than the American-made pellet grill. $8 a pound for the Ironwood. $6 a pound for the American-made solid steel, welded together, American-made product. So, I mean, you tell me. How is it justified now? Why not bring it back to the United States? Where's all the value going? Where's all the value going? I'll tell you where it's going. This is another thing that I have disagreed with. I'll tell you where it's going. Traeger has gotten away from the backyard barbecue guy, the rolling smoke, showing everybody all the versatility of the grills, letting people experience the smoke rolling and showing them what they can do in their backyards on these grills. They've gone away from that. They don't hire people who are barbecue enthusiasts that grill and that can show people. They hire salespeople, vacuum salesmen, car salesmen, insurance salesmen, anybody that can sell something. Just go out there and sell it. They have managers, sales managers. Their idea of cooking for people is to go to Sam's Club and buy frozen burritos and frozen pizzas and some already smoked sausages that they cut the pack up and throw on there. That's their idea of a demo cook, because they don't know how to cook. Years ago, it was barbecue guys. All right? Now, it's used car salesmen. That's what it has become. Part of this profit is going to making stuff that they want to make that company not into a grill company, but a lifestyle company. You know, they have hats like foam build hats, and I see all kinds of people now with Traeger championship rings, sweatpants, camouflage sweatpants they call meat sweats. I gotta tell you, man, I don't know a single person, none of my buddies here in South Georgia would be caught dead in a pair of sweatpants out in their backyard grilling. Nobody. Zero. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody. And I'm a little disappointed at some people that I know that fall all over them because they got Traeger on them. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop it. Get back to the grilling stuff. It's not the lifestyle, it's the grills. All right? Get back to it. Anyway, that's just a little thing that aggravates me about them. I think they're more concentrated on that than the actual grills themselves. But this right here, there's no value of grills being made in China. None. I just had the AS350 on my channel a couple days ago. Right? Here's another drawback of having your grills made in China. That AS350 from A-Smoke I had on my grill the other day. I just saw an ad the other day for Pit Boss. They've got a grill almost, well, I say almost. They've got a grill like that, and guess what? I looked at it, and minus the lid, I said to myself, that's the A-Smoke AS350. It's the exact same thing with a different lid. Same feet, same everything. All these grills made over there in China are being stamped out, put a different name brand on it, and being shipped over here, and we're falling in love with them because they're supposed to be cheaper. I realize I'm kind of rushing through this because I don't want this video to be too long, and I'm skipping over some stuff that would probably make my point better. But at the end of the day, me personally, I just don't want to do it anymore. So where does that put me going forward? I've already got rid of 3 of my grills. I've already called my rep that I usually deal with Traeger and told him to take my name off the influencer list. Don't send me anything else. Because to me, it's not about the stuff. And I would say to you influencers out there, some of you I have gotten to know. Some of you I consider to be buddies. I would say to you, it's not always about the stuff, okay? You got to make that decision for yourself. But to me, my character is worth more than the stuff. So you can either keep doing it or not. That's up to you. I'm not doing it anymore. So where do I go from here? Well, I've still got a Lone Star Grill offset smoker. I'm going to start doing more videos on it. I love that thing. It's built like a tank. Okay. By the way, they also make pellet grills, and they're made in Texas. I got a pit barrel cooker out there. Veteran-owned company. I'll be cooking more on that. I got the Watchman stove out there. Shout out to Ben and Josh up at Winchester Metals up there in Virginia. As American as it gets up there. I'll be cooking more on that. Got a Weber kettle out there. Weber kettle, folks, made in the USA. Be careful. You better read the fine print. Some of the stuff that's on the Weber kettles are sourced internationally. So just be aware of that. But I'll be cooking on the Weber kettle some more too. So what am I going to do pellet grill wise? Well, if I do a pellet grill video, I may end up having to use a Traeger because that's all I've got right now, pellet grill wise. I'm just not gonna talk about the brand grill that I'm on or the model number or anything like that and just push it out. I'm not gonna do it. I'll still cook on it for now until I can get something to replace them. I've got to have something for my barbecue trailer and that kind of thing. The offset smoker will not fit on my trailer. So I've got to have something if I need to cook at an event and it's a large amount of people. So the XL will probably stay on there for a while until I can get something to replace it. My goals are to find an American-made pellet grill company, a grill company in general, because I can cook on anything. That's the other drawback to some of the influencers with Traeger. That's all they've ever cooked on. That's all they know. They could probably make a transition from there to anything else. I can cook on a cinder block and an oven grate from a used oven in the backyard and still make good barbecue. So I'm looking for an American-made company to partner with, and hopefully I can start featuring their products on my channel. I've talked to several. I have one in mind that I really want to, I would love to start doing things with them, but we're just going to have to see how it pans out. If it doesn't pan out, then I'm just going to have to bite the bullet, continue to use these for a little while, save my pennies, and just purchase one full price right out of the gate and continue to do that. I would love at some point to have an offset smoker, a pellet grill, maybe a vertical grill of some type that I can do sticks, I can do pellets, I can do charcoal on. That would be amazing. So that's kind of what I'm looking toward my goals for this channel going forward. So yes, you may see me cooking on a pellet grill that's still a Traeger for a little while, but that's really just out of necessity until I find something to replace it. So that's the way it's going to be. I think that pretty much covers most things I want to say. I know I'm going to forget something that I really wanted to point out, but that's the basis of this video. So if you like my channel, you like what I'm about, you like my cooking and all that stuff, all of that is going to stay the same. It's just going to be different going forward as far as what I cook on. Okay, but if it's a pellet grill, all pellet grill recipes are basically the same. They all work on the basic same principles. All right, so there's that. You know, if you want to make negative comments about all this, look, I agree with you 100%. There's no way any of us, including myself, can eliminate everything that's made in China from my house. This would be gone, that would be gone, this would be gone. Everything in this room probably would be gone. Okay? I'm not under that delusion. I get it. We have put ourselves as Americans in a deep, dark hole with China, and I don't know how we can dig out from it. Okay? And that has happened over years and years and years of allowing them to creep in. And now they're here. How do we get them out? Well, one shovel at a time. So I just took the first shovel full, and I'm going to keep working hard at it. So leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel about it. If you're mad, let me know. If you agree with me, let me know. If you agree with me but are still going to stick with Traeger stuff, I get that too. Let me know. You know, I get it. All I'm asking is that you think about these numbers, calculate something for yourself, see what you come up with. Maybe my numbers are wrong. I'm not very good at math. But let me know. In the meantime, check out my next video. It's going to be on the Lone Star Grill's offset, doing some whole chickens, spatchcock style. Turned out great, and so I'll be cooking some more on that thing. Anyway, I appreciate you sticking with me throughout this video. Love you guys. From folks that have stuck with me from the very first video that I did, which is terrible, all the way till now, which may not be much better. I appreciate every single one of you. New subscribers, old subscribers, I couldn't do it without you, so I appreciate you. Leave a comment in the description box below. Subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up. And until next time, share the video. Till next time, we'll be piddling. See you guys. Thank you.